Do you ever just have a jibber jibber jibber? Do you ever have just one of those days where the night before you go to bed and you set up a day plan for the following day, and everything is time scale. You know what you're going to do for the next day. So I thought to myself, my front garden needs cutting, and that's what I'm going to do tomorrow. I'm going to cut my front garden. As you can still see, that's not really happening because I'm still sat in my pyjamas. Must admit though, it is morning and I've only just had my first cup of coffee. So let's get the coffee. Let's see how that helps. And then I'm going to cut my front grass. I hate gardening. I love to see nice gardens, but I hate gardening. I wouldn't even know what the opposite of green fingers is, because that is me. If it's the opposite of green fingers, look in the dictionary, you would see my face going. So I'm going to have my coffee, see how that affects me. I want to cut my grass. Come on, motivation. Do 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 do. It's not working. Okay. Coffee. So what I thought I would do is show you not only Des but my front garden. And this is my front garden. I used to have a car, well, my car that's here used to be parked here. We didn't have this fencing, so I'm just waiting for this to grow back. I know I should get grass seed, but I just can't be bothered. And also I need to take them lights off because some of them are broken, so I can cut along this hedge. So what I also want to do is see the bottom there. I want to get some kind of trellis in to put across the bottom because Des pokes his head through. As you can see, he's doing it now. Come on. So yep, this is the front garden and I am dressed. Happy days. Are you ready? We're going to cut the grass, Des. Are you ready? Yeah, look really ready. Okie dokie. I'm going to do something this week that I don't normally do on my channel. I like to be very transparent, and as you know, when I put up the vlog of the August vlog of what happened between me and Steve in 2018, as I said, I want to be transparent, and I have got to say something. This week I've enjoyed, apart from one factor. I didn't vlog it because you know that Joe doesn't like to be on video, even though he's told me now that I can video him but blur him out, so obviously that's going forward. Joe will kind of be on video but not on video. But anyway, I took Josh and Joe to have their haircuts and walked into a barber's into town. Now obviously with the boys having learning problems and on the autistic spectrum, which I've told you about, I go with them because they have major anxiety about going to the hairdressers. It's just one of their hookups. They just don't like it. They don't like the traffic, they don't like the people, they don't like the interaction with the barber, you know. So I go with them and I sit there and I tell the barber what they want, and I just sit there basically for moral support. But during the time of having their haircuts, the boys were having the haircut, and someone from the council walked in, and basically there'd been a complaint to the barbers about because even though it's one shop, there's 3 men that could work in the barbers, and at the time there was 2 of them. So the boys were having their hair cut by 2 different blokes, and my boys are not wearing masks as they have major anxiety about wearing a mask, especially Joshua, with what happened with him when he went to his learning disability meeting. So obviously they don't have to wear one, they are exempt from wearing a mask. But this council bloke walked in and said that there'd been a complaint that the blokes that are cutting the hairs are not wearing their mask. Now one had a visor on without a mask, one had no visor and a mask on, and he looked at my boys with such contempt. It was absolutely disgusting. The fact that, and he then looked at me and I said, these are my boys, they are exempt from wearing a mask. And then it seemed as though he wanted more information, and I'm thinking, hold on a minute, I don't have to tell you that. I've told you they're exempt. If you want to know, I am their mother, and you know, I don't have to go into explanation why these adults don't have to wear a mask. I've told you they're exempt. I wouldn't lie. So why would you not believe me? As you've seen before in previous vlogs, Steve is exempt from wearing a mask, and as he's got a heart murmur, but you've seen me walk into a shop with a mask on. So it's not as though I think, well, because Steve doesn't have to wear one, I don't have to wear one. I wouldn't think because the boys don't have to wear one, I don't have to wear one. So it was just the fact that the way that he was looking at my boys with such contempt because they weren't wearing a mask. Now I understand the situation with the mask issue, even though it riles me up something chronic, because like I said to him, I could walk into a pub, I mean not me personally, but you can walk into a pub and you don't have to wear a mask, but I can walk into a supermarket which is probably 10 times bigger than any pub that's in Newark, and I have to put a mask on, as though COVID stops at pubs' doors. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I don't understand why there's you don't have to wear a mask in a pub, but you have to wear one in a supermarket, when a supermarket is so much bigger and has so much space, and 9 times out of 10 has air conditioning on, circulating air. You know, it baffles me. But it was just the fact that I said to Steve at the beginning of lockdown, or I think halfway through, I said, you know, the one thing that lockdown and this COVID situation has taught me is compassion and understanding of other people's needs. You know, the fact that there was so much judgmental when a woman took her kids out shopping, when it was like, why aren't your kids home? Well, maybe she's a single parent. You know, there was so much contentment about a person going out to buy compost because that person lives at home, and the only thing that they've got happiness in their life at the moment is not being able to see their family, but being able to just tend their garden. You know, and the fact that a council bloke is looking at my boys with, oh, it just riled me so angrily. And I'm thinking, it's just a depressing state when you just look at somebody and go, no, you know, this person is exempt from wearing a mask. And then when I was telling Steve, he says, you know, that there was actually a story of a man who was on a flight and he was a severe asthmatic, and on the way to his destination he was able not to wear his mask because wearing a mask, it caused him a severe asthma attack. But on the way back there was such kerfuffle about him not wearing a mask that the plane was delayed, and he said, and then he felt so guilty because the plane was delayed, as though, like, you know, should have put on the mask and then cause himself to have breathing difficulties. And I just think that since COVID, the judgmental side of people is absolutely disgusting. And I don't like my boys seeing this kind of thing, whether I want to shield them from that, whether, I don't know, but it was just one of those that it was like, I was so angry that my boys shouldn't have to wear a sign round their neck saying, hello, this is Joshua and I have learning problems and I have, you know, this is my medical history. They shouldn't have to do that. They should have to just go on the fact that I am exempt from wearing a mask. That's it. Nobody should have to sit there and go, yes, I'm exempt because of. You don't have to give a reason. And I'm sure, and don't, you know, shoot for me, I'm sure that there are people out there that have taken advantage of this situation, and all I can say to that is shame on you, because then it puts people like my sons, who are genuinely exempt from wearing a mask, and Steve, in a bad situation. So if you're one of those people that are taking the mickey of not wearing a mask and just think, well, I'll say I'm exempt but I'm not, then shame on you, because then it's like situations like my boys were put in this week, it's because of you. So all I'm saying is just I was just angry, and I just want to come on this week and vent about it. It's not all happy rainbows and, you know, walking and cooking. You know, sometimes it's this riled me up, and this week this riled me up. So that's all I'm going to say about it. That's my 10 pence worth, and that's it. So I'm going to say night, because it is like nearly 9 o'clock at night. So I'm going to say night, and I'll see you all soon. Bye bye. And we are having a walk. We're going to show you a bit of Newark. I was going to come to you. There you are, look. There's Steve. Hi. As it's a nice day, we take advantage of nice days in the UK. So we're going to have a walk around Newark and show you a bit of the sights of Newark. And we don't know what we might get up to. And I keep forgetting I've got to look into that flipping lens. Oh my God. Okay, look in the lens, Dolly, not at the picture of me. Okay. Here we go.
Quite well not to swear then.
Flipping. Right, here we go. Newark, here we come.
Yeah, can't wait. It's going to be fun. It's going to be good.
Here we go. Tell me why they do this to trees. Like, they cut down the whole of the tree. That's a bit mad, that. It's all a butterfly.
See, though, you can't even say it's to do with the phone cable.
Yeah, because
if you
the
look
phone
down
cable's
there,
it. Yeah.
There's a tree there that's still got all its foliage on.
Yeah. I'll just...
Which?
Yeah, why did they do it? Poor trees. Leave the trees alone.
They don't even look nice though, do they?
No.
It just looks like a stump with a bit of green on it. A giant stump.
Me and Steve have just walked past the house, and outside the front, and it was open, by the way, we've just found, I need to go in, we've just found some telephones, house telephones, but there's like, put the lid down.
But actually on the thingy there, it's got a label that says, please help yourself.
So there's like 3, and it says, I will say, yeah, there it is, I'm just going to zoom up. Hold on, don't move.
Sorry.
So it's just say, please help yourself. But I want 3. And actually, I'm bidding on eBay for some. So I'll cancel my bid if these work. Woohoo! Never, look at Newark. Don't you love it?
Yeah, there's 3 handsets in there.
Yeah. Please help yourself. Don't you just love Newark? The only problem is now he's just had a moment because he's just got to... I'm going to walk around town with this. It's pre-door. Like a steep hill that comes to then the River Trent, and it's mad to say, I'm going to say steep, you know, I've actually jumped off this bridge.
Yeah, wouldn't surprise me.
as kids, it was like our playground. I don't think you're allowed to do it anymore. I'll do a shot of, actually, so you used to stand here, you used to stand here and then jump into the Trent and then swim over to there, and by there there's a weir that you'd go down. Shall we ever walk down to show them?
Yeah, can do.
So this is the River Trent. And that goes all the way to the locks. Another fun fact, my dad was taught how to swim in the Trent, and he said he used to jump off that there, the tall one, in his lesson. bye.